project. There was a professor in North Carolina. When he saw that COVID had this special furin cleavage site to let it enter into cells, why wasn't he ringing up Fauci and saying, holy crap, they did it. They did it. They finally did what we asked for the money. We got denied the money because it was too dangerous. They did it anyway.
Guys, I'm off the grid for August, but Rand Paul makes sense.
Come January this year, with the new administration, I gave subpoenas to 14 agencies, and these are now friendly people. I know most of the people at these agencies, and yet 6 months in, it's taken me 6 months, and I'm still trying to get information. I've recently gotten some, and I think I'm going to have a breakthrough in the next couple of months. I do think that there was a cover-up, and I love the way, or a conspiracy. I love, my favorite is, people think, oh, if you believe in a conspiracy, you're an absolute nut and a fool. And I said, well, George Carlin described this the best. George Carlin said, it's not necessary to believe in a conspiracy, only to believe in a convergence of interest. So the way I imagine the COVID conspiracy is, you might have 250 people involved in the COVID conspiracy, all worked in government, and maybe they never met each other. But their convergence of interest is, holy shit, we don't need to, we funded this. If word was out that I reviewed this and I funded it, so it's like, I'm putting this at the bottom of the stack, or I'm erasing this. And that's what happened. So it was a conspiracy where some of them knew each other and some of them were involved in a cabal, but most of them had a common interest of cover up, because 15 million people died and they made the foolish decision to fund this. And it's extraordinary what we have found. Almost everything is from whistleblowers and from freedom of information. There was a Major Murphy who worked in DARPA, which is part of our defense industry research. He revealed that the research that led to this was applied for in 2018 by the people in Wuhan, China. They didn't get it in 2018, but it was almost exactly what COVID began. What it became was what they had applied for in 2018, but nobody came forward. So there were other people on this 2018 project. There was a professor in North Carolina. When he saw that COVID had this special furin cleavage site to let it enter into cells, why wasn't he ringing up Fauci and saying, holy crap, they did it. They did it. They finally did what we asked for the money. We got denied the money because it was too dangerous. They did it anyway. This mirrors what our research proposal was going to do. And yet he met with Fauci in February of 2020. He's been at the White House. How come he never mentioned anything? 15 different agencies heard this proposal. And when they found out that the virus had this special cleavage site, they should have been going, holy cow, last year I heard a presentation from the same people in China wanting to do this. And now the virus just coincidentally starts in Wuhan, China, and has the special cleavage site in that they were proposing doing in an experiment in 2018. Nobody did that. Yes. Because there was a conspiracy of cover-up from people, all had a convergence of interest that said, we don't want anybody to know that we were forewarned, and we still made a stupid decision to fund this research.
Yes, if you met Lee Harvey Oswald at a shooting range and he was practicing shooting from a shop window via branches and trees at a grassy knoll.
Just a coincidence.
So, but although ironically, he was likely not working alone.